What's going on, everyone? So I'm very excited for this video here today. I just hatched out yet another clutch of one of my favorite snake species to breed, that being Mexican pine snakes. I've bred them now 3 years in a row from the same pair. I absolutely love my adults. All of the babies that I produce have been absolutely stunning, and these ones are no exception. So I'm excited to show you guys the results of the clutch, my biggest clutch so far of this species. So I'm definitely excited to get into this video.
All right, so here a decent amount of them are. This is the biggest clutch my female has laid for me so far. Every year she has improved on her clutch size, where the first year she only had about 8 eggs, and of those 8, only about 4 of them made it the distance. And then last year she had 13 eggs, 12 of which were good. This year she laid 20 in total. 5 of them were slugs, 1 of them was a fully formed and fertile egg, and 14 of them were good. And all 14 made it the distance, luckily. And as of today, 8 of them are out. 1 was out yesterday, and then my guess is that the rest of them will be out tomorrow. But just some absolutely gorgeous babies. You know, amongst lots of things that I really love about Mexican pine snakes is the variety within the species. And, you know, they do go through an ontogenic color change. They start off somewhat drab as babies and then improve their color with age. But as you can already see with just these 3 right here, there's a pretty significant difference in the shade of color that you get with them. Down here, it looks like we have another nice high colored individual, or one that looks pretty high color off the bat. So that's always something that I really like to see with any species that I keep. With these guys in particular, though, it's super, super cool. Mexican pine snakes really are a super variable species across the board. I mean, many different breedings, depending on what the adults look like, can produce a huge array of different looks within the offspring. You know, color and pattern, really. Personally, I'm a little bit more focused on color with my Mexican pine snakes than pattern. I'm just really a big fan of the really deep orange coloration on them, the super high contrast, a lot like what my female looks like, which I will show you guys here in a few minutes. But really just couldn't be happier with these babies. They're nice, big, robust babies. Typically, these guys are really, really good feeders right off the bat. My hope is that this clutch here is no exception to that at all. It's one of the best parts about the Pituophis genus is just how good of feeders they are. Compared to other colubrid species, especially smaller ones where babies in the wild are normally eating little frogs, tadpoles, lizards, etc. Maybe they're not necessarily the most adept to eating rodent prey right away. These guys are definitely not like that. They'll take fuzzies right off the jump, so no needing to mess with little pinkies or scented feeders or silver sides or whatever you may need to do with some other colubrid species. Another thing that I really enjoy about them makes them one of my favorite colubrid species to keep.
All right, it's the next day and all of the babies have hatched out. So unfortunately, 2 of the eggs did not make it, leaving 12 babies from the clutch. Same as last year, and definitely a beautiful, beautiful crop of babies right there. They're absolutely gorgeous. And like I was saying in the first clip, definitely a good bit of variety. Like these animals right here in particular, like this one and this one with the orange neck, are the ones that really are getting my attention. This is a lot what the mom looked like when she was a baby. So this is the year that I have made a promise to myself that I'm finally holding back a pair from my clutch. I haven't done that the last 2 years, and I've regretted it each time. So as I sex the babies out, ones like this are definitely going to be on my radar for the ones that I'm going to hold on to. But with that said, though, with just how variable this species is, and the fact that they do go through an ontogenic color change, you never really know how they're going to turn out. Just one of the coolest aspects about them is just that you know, every single shed that they go through, it's just one step closer to what that final snake is going to look like. And every time you're really not sure what that snake is going to look like the next day after they shed out. I mean, an animal like this right here, even though it doesn't have that orange necessarily, has really cool, bold saddles. And honestly, one like this would be one I would definitely consider keeping for myself. Mexican pine snakes can have a wide variety of different patterns as well. But as I said before, I'm really most interested in color with this species, primarily because there are a lot of other people who are doing a lot of really good work with the pattern of the Mexican pines as well. So I feel like I could do my part by working a lot on the color and overall try to really advance this species in the hobby. But again, super thrilled with this result. 12 big, healthy, beautiful babies that I could not be more excited to finally have here. All right, so here is Dad of the babies. Some of you may recognize him from a previous video here on the channel, but he's one of my favorite colubrids in the collection. He's just an amazing snake, a very robust animal, but really not all that large, especially when you compare it to the other Pituophis like bull snakes and northern pine snakes. One thing that I really like about the species is their more manageable size. That's why I think that they are one of the best pet snakes out there. He is, he's 5 feet or so, maybe a little over 5 feet. Still not a small snake by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely a very, very manageable size. I love his coloration too. That orange head followed by those almost kind of like dark blue saddles with the pale yellow, transitioning down to more of the red, coming in mid-body, and then the orange reappearing near the tail. Another thing, like I've been saying, that's so cool about Mexican pine snakes is their variability. How even within a clutch, but within the species for sure, there are a ton of different looks, different levels of saturation of color, different patterns, etc. Just adds to what already is one of my favorite colubrid snakes. All right, and now last but not least, this is Mom. She is my favorite example of this species I've ever seen in person or in pictures. I got super lucky too, because it's not like I bought her specifically because she was going to look like this. I just got really, really lucky with how she turned out. Kind of unlike that male, the orange color is really present throughout the entire body as just the predominant overall base color. It's a bit darker on the head, but then stays really vibrant and rich throughout the body. Same kind of shift of the saddle colors from almost like a navy blue to a red, and then down to that really bright red-orange down by the tail. Some of these babies from the clutch are already spoken for, but at the time I'm recording this, I do still have, I think, 1 pair and then a few lone females left. So for anyone who is interested in babies from this clutch, hit me up on any of my social links or whatever. You can find all of that down in the description below. The females in particular that I have seen from pictures that I've gotten from people who have gotten offspring from this pair before, they've really turned out phenomenal, especially the females. They really grow up to look a lot like Mom here. So for anyone who's interested, hit me up and see if there's anything still available. But really, like I've been saying this whole time, one of my favorite colubrid species, one of the best pet snake species in the world, and one that I can never foresee myself not having in the collection. All right, everybody, thank you for checking out that video. If you liked it, please subscribe here on the YouTube channel. I drop a new video every single Friday. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram at Scrub Shepherd, Stephen Cush on Facebook, and Cush Reptile on Morph Market. I also host a podcast every Wednesday night called Cush's Corner on the Trap Talk Reptile Network, and that is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, thank you guys for checking out the video, and I'll catch you all back here next week for a new one.